Okay, so since the game just won't stop showering me with side missions, let's continue. Go ahead, Joe.
Okay. Hello, I'm Elkin, an employee at Rimlight. Aren't you the famous Mr. Shadow?
Famous.
I have a last name, though. It's called Hedgehog. I'm actually researching light energy and collecting energy, known as light cores. He's collecting light energy, but also studying energy. Light cores are a mysterious form of energy, sometimes found on monsters in the forest. You need to defeat the monsters to collect them. Mr. Shadow, will you collect light cores for me? There will be a generous reward, of course.
Which will be probably completing rings.
Yep. Alright,
I know you said they keep throwing side missions at you, but there is always the no option. Right?
Pedro, sometimes
it's for the sake of Rimlight. No. Monsters will disappear after a while, so you need to hurry to defeat as many monsters as possible.
But Shiro, I won't be able to we wouldn't be able to properly comment on this thrilling subplot about the Rimlight Corporation. Don't you know, Shiroi, that they're the primary lead company in energy sources in the Sonic universe? Whatever the hell that means.
Let me get this straight. This company knows the fact that the monsters, if defeated, release light cores. How and
allow me to translate his bullshit mission description. Just kill all the mooks until you're done. The end.
No, I know. Also, again,
Theo gets that. But yeah, again though, these are monsters that should not exist because Iblis is sealed within elites. I mean, yes, I know I'm getting ahead of myself.
Sorry, Job. Apparently, Nakamura doesn't know the meaning of continuity.
And apparently Shadow doesn't know the true meaning of what you can homing attack or not because he was latching onto that tree rather tight.
Watch out for the tree!
What don't you see, David? Shadow's just trying to protect the environment.
That's right. I am Shadow, the ultimate tree hugger.
Shadow of the jungle.
Shadow of the jungle, strong as he can be. Finds
Watch out for that Iblis
Watch out for that tree!
Watch out for that ball of spikes, I guess.
Holy shit. And that's it? That's it, of course.
So,
Never cease to amaze me game.
So does Rimlight have a bunch of Iblis creatures trapped in the basement or something? I was right about you. Now we can make real progress on our research.
See, Shiro, now he can make real progress on his research. Yes. Did you know? Personal space there, Shadow.
Oh,
Jeez.
God, Shadow, please do not teabag us.
Now that I think about it, guys, now actually when I think about it, this entire side quest mission, the entire storyline of the Rimlight Corporation is pointless. And I don't mean just in an ironic way, because of how the game ending is structured. This entire research we're doing, it's pointless. And that's why they also don't show up in future games. It's diabolical genius.
It really is. Amazing. Don't worry, folks. We're saving that little bit for the end because...
Alright, go ahead, Whips.
Oh, right. Hey, I saw it. What did I see? A ghost in the forest, of course.
Hey, Mancini. So yeah, he saw a ghost in the forest. Let's just say this whole I saw a ghost side quest would be done better in Unleashed. Anyway.
Suddenly there were red thrusting eyes and a lot of a noise. It's got to be a ghost.
Thank you so much, Luigi.
Red flashing light. Sure, it's not Knuckles.
I'm so scared. I won't be able to sleep until someone gets rid of it.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's our side quest. We need to make...
You're a gun agent, right? Trying to get rid of the ghost.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This guy thinks he saw a ghost, so we had to deal with that. That's our side mission, everybody.
Wow, I managed to get through that without tears.
You just congratulations, game.
There's the mute button for a reason.
Congratulations, game. You've just made the Rimlight Corporation subplot seem exciting.
Go and get rid of the ghost. I'm counting on you.
Don't push your luck, Vodwives. Trust me.
It's called Mancini. What voice am I supposed to do that?
A godfather like one.
Although,
I believe in Sonic. Sonic has made my fortune.
Twitch, when you're as good as doing Italian accents as Tio and me are, then you can give it a go.
Anyway, defeat the ghost and solve the mystery. Basically, here's what this means.
Actually, you know what? That's
Invisible
a fair point.
enemies.
Twibs did give it a good college try, but they're invisible.
Well, Jova, just like Masahiro Sakurai said, just because sometimes you try doesn't mean you will get in Smash.
Not just that, but yeah.
I still want.
For as weird as that mission sounded, turns out it's just a beat all the mooks mission, just with the fact that some mooks are invisible.
Mission, you started off with invisible robots, yet why have robots that are clearly visible now? Like, why not just have all the enemies be invisible missions? That would at least have it be consistent enough.
That would make too much sense, Jova.
You know, I just realized that these robots are pretty much recolors of the gun robots from Sonic Adventure 2.
That's sad.
Well, remember, Jova, this game was kind of trying to go back to the Adventure 1.
No.
Those are clearly guns.
Yeah,
Shadow, what were you doing?
Jesus Christ.
I don't think
Shadow, I can swim in midair on the edge of a tree.
Another problem with
the ultimate life form.
Another problem with the mini-map is that you can never tell how above or below an enemy you are. You know you're close to him, but you don't know if he's really way high up or if he's below. So I had to climb that tree to find the enemy.
So this is why there wasn't a map in Shadow the Hedgehog. Sonic Team aren't good at making them.
Well, Pedro, this is how the old saying goes: as above, so below.
No, I hear Rouge going on about how Shadow is all business, but he seems very easily distracted from what we've seen so far.
But you're right, this is business as a gun agent, because gun are totally into paranormal activities like ghosts.
Honestly, in a world with anthropomorphic talking hedgehogs, I'll take ghosts.
Hey.
Really? Well, I didn't really think it was a ghost either.
Fuck you, then.
Anyway, go ahead, Tio.
No, I think when I noticed, I think one of the main problems of the gameplay.
Oh my god!
What are the robots doing there? That's kind of scary too, isn't it?
Okay.
Noticeable. The fact that you don't always get a knockback, and you barely have any invincibility frames when you get hit by the bullets. You lose only one ring, but if you're careless, you can get. Jesus, Adi. You can get you can get lost all your rings very easily if you're careless and the enemy just spam bullets towards you, and without actually having the Hedgehog fainting.
Alright, guys, believe it or not, we're still not done with the side missions. There's one more to do.
I believe it.
Oh god.
Alright.
I gotta say, I'll give him credit. These side missions do give us stuff to talk about with how stupid they are. I mean, they are very creatively dumb.
Jova, like I said, aren't you so excited to hear about how the Rimlight Corporation subplot is gonna end?
Considering how the story's going to end? Yes, actually. Yes, I am, because that'll just compound even how more of a train wreck the whole thing is. So yes, I am excited.
That's one piece of that's basically you see, Teo, for as much for as much as you keep talking about how GUN disappeared from the series, the Rimlight Corporation is the piece of Sonic lore that never got mentioned ever again, because Gun came back. Because Gun came back in Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood. The Rimlight Corporation never came back after this game. So
did the Kingdom of Soriana in general.
Yeah. So
I feel himself did say though, story-wise, it's actually okay. Going off of the side quest and how apparently they harness light energy from the monsters in question, it kind of makes sense why they're not in there. But again, we'll get to that when we cover the final story. I'm just gonna add that to the list of notes that are actually gone because of the ending of this game. But yeah.
So
So Shadow, do you need to do the whole test thing as well?
Oh no, Tio. Shadow doesn't have to do the test to get into Kingdom Valley.
Unfortunately, since Shadow doesn't have.
Who will Shadow pick, Maria or Rouge?
Yeah. Can you imagine how awkward would it be? One of the options was actually Maria. That would be quite uncomfortable.
They would not go there because
Sonic is the only one who has to do the trial of love, because when Silver does the trials, it's not the trial of love, it's the trial of friendship, I think.
Silver has 3 different trials. Again, some of those trials would be more fitting for Sonic's trials name-wise.
So yeah, you cannot get it still. You still cannot get into Soliana, as you can see. Basically, what I'm doing right now is looking for the side quest. However, this fucking hub world is so goddamn huge. It's incredible, and and the minimap fucking sucks dick. So it's incredibly easy to get lost in here.
Like, I don't hate the idea of being
Hold on,
in the whole debacle.
Oh my god.
Here's the tutorial for the chaos gauge. Go ahead, Duez, you can be this kid.
Use the chaos boost to destroy solid objects like iron and rocks.
Hey, look, it's blonde Harry Potter.
Wait, but no, I
Yeah,
can't.
that's Harry Potter.
You're a wizard, little boy.
My dad always says that the store has everything, but I wonder if they have anything that takes care of rocks from landslides.
Well, kid, it's a good thing that I have chaos powers, so allow me. Basically, what I'm supposed to do, I'm trying to use my bolts.
Chaos Spear.
Yes, that's right.
When the chaos gauge
There you
is
go.
full, use the right trigger for the boost.
And yet that didn't work. It didn't work.
Let's see.
That's
They-
because you tried to do the Chaos Spear, didn't you?
No, basically I had to jump cut there.
What are you doing here?
Welcome. I'm Dante, the owner of a ring race shop in the forest.
What happened to
Ring
your white
race
hair?
Shop.
But
What?
you can call me
You don't
down
know
to
what
the
a
demon
ring race
killer.
is?
Feeling,
No,
doesn't it?
please
Well, there's
no.
different kinds, but my specialty is a ring
Fuck
race
you.
of a buggy.
No, not a ring. Not going for the rings of a buggy. No.
Wow, this is something like the reboot Dante will
There's a
actually
prize
inflict on
if you
someone.
go through all the rings.
What is the exclamation mark after the full stop?
Holy shit, you're right,
Oh
Liz.
crap, there's a exclamation point after a period.
Why?
It's like I'm playing Lost Battle again.
Also, Pedro.
Who coded this?
Wait, let me guess. It's the buggy that we need to clear out
Teo,
the tunnel,
Teo.
isn't it?
Teo,
No one coded it, I know.
Teo, strength has increased.
Here we go. Remember,
Strike
we
as
need
a
to go through
turd.
every single ring. So, Pedro, let me guess. It's the buggy that we need to actually clear the rocks.
That's actually the
No,
secret
Joe. What happened with the rocks was that. Don't worry, you're gonna see me take care of the rocks after this. Don't worry.
Allow me to put it like this.
Okay,
No.
you're probably wondering. Wait,
Yes.
aren't you supposed to use the buggy? That's because I use a special trick that you can use. Basically, whenever you're starting to do a mission with a vehicle in Shadow Story, if you hold the B and X button, aka the square and X button on the PS3, and you keep doing that before the mission starts, Shadow will do his little tornado kick thing, and that will make him go out of the vehicle, and it will allow you to complete the mission on foot. And since Shadow is faster than the fucking vehicles,
Wow, you broke the record. Go ahead. Well, actually, the vehicles are faster than him in this game.
Hey,
It was
man,
in
what
Shadow
the hell?
Hedgehog where he was faster
What the
than
hell,
the
man? You
vehicles.
cheated.
but that's just the thing,
Well,
Jova. He controls
you know,
better
I
than
know.
the vehicles.
Oh yes. He controls better than the vehicles in this
So
game.
easy S rank.
No, A rank.
Rules.
Why?
Well, because. Well, to you, it's because the buggy is technically faster
Also,
than
let me
Shadow.
guess. You get some points by destroying the crates.
No. Basically,
No.
just
The buggy
learn.
is actually faster than Shadow. that's
Basically,
why,
Tail,
but
learn the
unfortunately,
shitty controls of the buggy, and then you'll get your S rank. That's the basic gist of it.
that's
All
it.
right, guys, we're done with side missions for now.
Yes,
Yay.
Joe.
I may.
Yeah.
Crud, I lost my train of thought.
But anyway, we're about to
Anyway,
get.
oh yeah, now I remember.
So you've been attacked
Hold
by
on, hold on.
so you've been
Now I
attacked by the
remember.
back sun, Jova.
Now I remember. So yeah, let me get this straight. Shadow, who in his own game, when he turned red, he could perform this little ditty called the Chaos Blast, which would be able to take care of that.
All right.
Yet here he can't.
Okay. How does this work? You want to explain to me how this works, game? Okay, I did what
Wait.
you said. I pressed the right trigger. Oh, now it works.
Chaos, not blast.
Seriously, how does that work?
Shadow, the point is we made it.
What?
Okay?
And it's a warp point.
and they literally just took a picture of the title sequence.
If I recall, this is the worst of the Shadow stages.
Yeah, basically, ladies and gentlemen.
It looks like that portal figure looks like it just took the picture of the main title sequence.
What you're seeing right now, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the worst difficulty spikes in the entire series, because Shadow's Kingdom Valley, it can be quite difficult if you don't know what you're doing, and it's Shadow's second stage. Compare this to Metacropolis, which was really easy. I mean, this one, on the other hand, let's just say there's going to be another vehicle section after this.
Oh, goody. Please tell me we're going to hear the death scream there.
I think I do die, yes, if I'm correct.
Thank goodness, because let me tell you, Shadow's death scream in here...
Oh no, Shadow crashed into the mountain, I guess.
No, he survived.
By the way, did I mention that you can pass that paraglider mission by doing absolutely nothing, as Clement demonstrated in his review?
Shadow wins.
It's not the only one where you can get through by doing nothing.
Shadow wins by doing absolutely nothing.
But yeah,
That happened in the Wave Ocean one too, didn't it?
Yeah.
So here's the deal, believe it or not. So when you think about it, all Sonic had to do was just knock down that bunch of boulders and he could have gotten in. Screw the trials. Okay. Since Pedro's a little under the weather because of this, allow me to explain. Hey guys, remember how we made treasure hunting levels not as fun as they were in Sonic Adventure 1 by taking away the radar in Sonic Adventure 2?
Breaking the radar, you mean?
Get off the wall.
Also, yeah,
now, believe it or not, they actually made them even worse. Not only do you not, there's no radar at all, and also the actual items, they sometimes do not render
Pedro,
properly.
what did we tell you about counting to 10?
There's no hints either, so you're just flying blind.
Oh, goody! And as you can see, Pedro has the stuck on the wall glitch. Basically, the only way you can break it is by getting hit.
Now, to be fair, unlike the other two games, I believe the locations for the keys are the same no matter how many times you play them.
They are Dwebs, but as you can probably guess, first-time players are going to be, well, incredibly confused.
And again, if you get stuck on the wall, you have to get hit by an enemy, and sometimes even getting hit by an enemy won't save you. By the way, Rouge's only attack is bombs. That's right, they gave... remember, she's supposed to be Knuckles' equivalent. You know, normally she'd have powerful kicks or something, but no, they gave... Again, it's like they took the worst out of both the power types in Adventure 2 and then the flying types from Sonic Heroes and merged into her. Like, you know, with Knuckles, at least he has a typical attack. With Rouge, she's down to Tails' form of crappy weapon with a gameplay style that's more fitting for Knuckles.
Which makes fighting enemies as Rouge a fucking chore. Okay, bye.
It was a stage hazard.
This fucking camera.
Shit.
It's just popped into that.
Yes, Joe,
Also,
go
pray
ahead.
to God that you don't get one of the glitchy versions that makes it so that you can never even collect the key because of dodgy hit detection.
Yeah, I got it, Pedro. This really is why after this there probably wasn't there hasn't been an adventure-style game since. The people at Sonic Team who worked on 06 that are still there probably have severe PTSD from the development of this game, and so just decide, you know what, no, fuck it, I'm not going through that shit again.
Also, Rouge running animation is terrible.
Yeah.
It is.
Like from the back, it's relatively fine, but on a profile standpoint, too. Thanks, narrator.
Alright.
Actually, only one.
Just glide and look for this area until you find the key. Doesn't that sound like fun?
It's not as big as Mad Space.
Oh, no. Mad Space I at least could have fun with all the different mechanics. Yes.
Good for you, Joe, because I can't.
Me
I can actually have fun with Mad Space. I cannot have fun with this. I mean, you know, Mad Space at least has the gravity mechanics that you can sometimes abuse to make your job more easier and fun. Here, you've got just dodging mechanics.
Can we just fly through
the big, wide, open
small
space.
enough?
Unfortunately, Waves, it works as an invisible wall.
Maybe Rouge is applying the same logic that made her do that stupid decision in Sonic Adventure 2. Rouge, you have a 15-minute countdown. Oh, only 5 will do enough. And now the game accordingly adjusts to 5.
Alright, so now we got all 3 keys. Let's go back to the door.
That sounds like the stupidest mission in the whole of S8. To be honest.
It's more contrived.
A treasure hunting mission. When the treasure hunting's already hard enough, you have it making 5 minutes. That sounds like the worst mission in all of Sonic.
It's the big problem, Dwebs, is that again the emeralds are always in random places, which basically means beating the hard mode of that. Well, actually, no, the hard mode.
In a place like this, what are you talking
Well,
about?
actually, no. In the hard mode, they're in fixed locations.
I'm being serious, actually, guys.
There you go.
Trying to do an already hard thing in just 5 minutes in an area that big.
Oh boy,
sounds worse than the freaking artificial.
All right.
chaos.
Pedro, go ahead.
Remember when I was talking about the difficulty spike that this level is? This is the part that we talk about. I swear, those towers chase you. I swear, when you're trying to shoot down those towers, make sure you stay the fuck away from them, because I swear almost all the time they fall whenever you specifically are.
Why do you have to shoot down the towers?
Create a pathway.
To create a pathway, Dwebs.
But Pedro, you can also jump with the hover mechanic. Let's talk about that also. The hover mechanic is one of the most unstable vehicles in the sense that if it so much as ends up flipping over, you're dead.
I love how the towers clip and disappear into the water.
Because believe it or not, what can happen is like, well, you notice those boxes that are either floating in the water or popping in the mud? Believe it or not, oh, there we go. Yeah.
Fuck off.
Okay. Shadow's death scream in here is okay. Now, in Shadow the Hedgehog, his death scream was all, oh god.
Not here.
Well, now that he's gone for character development and actually respects life, he gives out one of the best death screams in here, a no! Like, seriously, it's just perfect for so many reasons. One, it's funny. Two, it fits the circumstances of this game so great. Like, even Clement himself said, it's like Shadow himself realized what game he's in.
Not just that, like, it feels a lot like Jason Griffith was having testicular torture when he recorded some of Shadow's lines at some point. Seriously.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Jason Griffith had enough at that point.
Well, remember also his psychotic laugh. Yeah, this game broke him. Which is a shame because
in a room till he was
you know, what's kind of a sad thing is that while Jason Griffith was never my favorite of Sonic, I liked him actually as Shadow.
So did I.
I prefer David Humphrey.
How did no one else in the game go nuts?
Don't worry, Dwibs. They went nuts. Plenty. You can tell there are plenty of audio cues for that.
Oh yeah, the one where they forgot to cut off a bad take.
My problem with
Which one?
Jason Griffith. Sorry.
There's basically near the end of the gun commander's giving you another mission, but the actor fucked up his line, so he did it over.
Don't worry, Dwebs. We'll get to that.
I actually didn't know about it.
No, don't worry, Dwebs. We'll see that for ourselves eventually.
Oh, look at that! Now we don't need the hovercraft. Oh, yeah, that's right.
For me, it's like this, Jova. My problem with Griffith's Shadow is that, yeah, like I said, I think he tries a bit too hard to sell the badassery thing with the voice. I think David Humphrey had a much better balance in the sense that, yeah, he came. The badassery came natural instead of being forced.
Well, when you could hear him, that is.
I honestly never got that inkling, and yeah, like Dwib said, when we could hear David Humphrey.
Well, that was a sound mixing issue, though.
Pedro,
well, I'm sorry for Kick Norton, but I will take any of the other Shadow voice actor over him. He just doesn't fit.
Also, Pedro, and the coolest.
Yeah,
that's writing, Dwibs.
To be fair, that was always Shadow singing, like, well, to be a bit of a full of himself jerk. I mean, let's be quite honest, Shadow was never about being deep. It's like, well, the story around him was nice and deep, but he was never about trying to sound all mystical and things. That's a common misconception that a lot of Sonic fans have.
Although the timing of that line is so ironic. I'm the coolest. You say after you just got hit.
Yeah. Not just that, guys, think about this. Shadow, just to get through this point, is actually demolishing Soliana's property.
They don't care. Because honestly, look, these ruins are falling apart.
They don't care about their princess being kicked out. What makes you think they'll care about?
Also, remember, Tio, this is the old kingdom. Soliana doesn't really give a crap about that.
Anyway, like I was saying, I don't hate Kirk Thornton in general as a voice actor. I love some of his roles, like Thomas Martin in Catherine, for example, but I just think he's miscast as Shadow. I just don't think it works. Yeah, I just don't think it works.
He was not that great in the first batch, but as per Sonic Boom and Sonic Forces...
fucked up on me.
Thank you, Pedro. I love that death screen.
Anyway, what do you say, Jeva?
What can I say except you're welcome?
So yeah, anyway, while Pedro loses his mind, Kirk Thornton had a bit of a shaky start. He got a lot better thanks to Sonic Boom, which was probably one of the best means of training grounds for the Sonic voice actors. To the point where he sounds way better as Shadow now, as per Sonic Forces.
Yeah, in Sonic Forces it sounds
some of the
fine.
best Shadow lines, actually. Should have brought it up.
Yeah, in Sonic 4, have you heard him in Sonic Forces too? He sounds fine in Sonic Forces.
Not yet.
I haven't either.
Radical!
I don't have the game yet, so...
It doesn't have that... It doesn't have that his role in sports is very minimal, despite the trailer kinda hyping up a bit.
Yeah.
Well, there's episode Shadow in there.
Yeah,
there's episode Shadow.
which is short as fuck.
I wouldn't call Shadow's role...
Like, for
3 levels.
3 levels, yeah.
Although it's free.
Go to
And
26
the boss
minutes
fight
and
against the Infinite.
26 minutes and 30 or something. There you go. That's
26:30.
it's one of Shadow's most iconic lines in this game. Let's get moving.
Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, Shadow does his...
we're gonna get to that hero.
Shadow does his best impression of a cow.
Anyway, but yeah.
Just wait till... Trust me, because that's not Shadow's best line in this game to me. His best line is in Flame Core. Let's just say that line is so baffling.
Technically already heard that line, didn't we?
No. Don't worry, Joe. I'll explain when we actually get to it. Anyway,
but
get ready in like 15 seconds. More robots. Isn't this exciting?
Robots doing even here?
Okay.
Look at all those Eggman robots. Anyway, get ready, Shiro. In 3, 2, 1, click. Go ahead, Jova.
Basically, Tio Eggman's chasing after them to get back the scepter that Rouge took from his base.
Oh, that's right, I forgot, yeah.
Oh, look at that! The game is playing for me! Yay!
Well, at least you can have a little bit of a rest from being enraged, Pedro.
Yeah.
Like, as far as grinding sections go, 06 did it the absolute worst. Like, in every other Sonic game, there's something more to do when you're grinding. Like, there's enemies to avoid, stuff to outmaneuver, but in this game, it's just grind on rails. Like, just the enemies will even fly alongside you, but do nothing.
You see, this is what I do when it comes to Sonic the Hedgehog. I always try and make the best out of a bad situation. Like, I see a glitch, I make a little... Okay, not an excuse, because I can't excuse the game for it, but like a little fun reason for it.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
Like say Sonic's glitching out, I'm like, no, Sonic's just doing a breakdance in the air, because that's what he is.
Isn't that what you do for almost all games when we come across a glitch?
How do you even get an S rank for this?
Remember, Teo, I died twice.
Yeah.
It's a fun little distraction I have to myself, Joe.
You can get it's fairly possible to. You just need to make sure you don't die, don't lose rings.
Alright.
However, this level is complete horse crap, so it can take quite a lot of practice. Now cutscene.
Remember, there's Rouge's section. That's gonna waste a bit of your time too.
Yeah. Anyway, cutscene.
Story now.
Yes.
Also, a scene that makes absolutely no fucking sense.
Yay.
Specific, Shiroi.
One of the most offensive in this regard, I'd say.
For me, it's the full scene of Mephiles convincing Silver and Blaze to travel back to the past. That's the stupidest scene to me. But again, in due time.
Pedro, I forgot. I think I realized. Is Rouge voice actress the same as?
I was just waiting for you to get to that so I could finish your sentence for you.
Did you
Eggman is just that awkward and badass at the same time.
Yes, Teo?
Is Rouge voice actress the same as Zola from Blue Dragon?
No, it's not Cindy Robinson. Teo, please don't insult Cindy Robinson by associating her with this bitch.
Dude, Teo, Rouge's voice actress is clearly the same as my Valentine.
Cindy Robinson is the one who plays Amy nowadays, too.
Funny enough, Joe, that's not true either.
No, Dwibs. The other voice actress of My Valentine.
Oh, you mean the second one?
Yeah. I mean, that's usually what people tend to think, because the first wave of voice actors, aside from Dan Green, mainly got replaced.
Remember, Joey, not too used to the Yu-Gi-Oh! English voice acting. No.
Delayed reaction there,
Well,
Eggman.
hey, Eggman, you could order one of your robots to catch it, or guess just let it shatter to the ground.
Yeah.
This
And
short secret, all of them.
So yeah, the Center of Darkness just shattered, which means whatever's inside is about to get freed.
Shadow, no!
And it...
It's no use.
It's no use.
Wait,
But they're
What a
all
bitch.
broken.
so wait, does Eggman know about Mephilus? I mean,
Yeah, he does.
I wish the game would explain that a bit more about
The game actually does explain that bit later. I will get to that when...
I think
Not
it
very
explains that he knows, like, he seemingly knows a lot about
Oh,
Solaris,
guys,
but not
it's Shadow's Shadow!
Hey, Shiroi. Yes, it's just like the stone tablets predicted.
Also, though,
It's
to
just
be
like the
fair,
ancient
this is a cool
bullshit.
theme.
His shadow.
The gentleman Don Green as Mephilus.
Dan Green is not
Without a
Shadow.
mouth.
He sounds, honestly, he sounds better as Mephilus in this game.
Actually, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good question. Why does Mephilus do not have a mouth? Is there a particular reason?
I'm guessing it's supposed to make him look creepy too.
It's
Well,
just
the film is doing a good job, I can tell you that. But,
Oh yeah, that's the.
Oh, and it's
that's
another
the-
thing. I love Mephilus's theme, by the way.
Yeah, Jehovah.
Also, that line Shadow had. They used that when Shadow's about to start the race in the Sega All Stars racing game,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Sonic doesn't have a
Which-
mouth half the
which
time in
doesn't
this either.
fit the start. Which doesn't fit the start of a race.
The villain himself
Uh,
is absolutely terrible for reasons that me and Jova will elaborate upon later. However, I do love his theme. Like, his theme is really good.
Who did
Yeah,
his? Who did his theme?
Let me check. I actually have the official soundtrack with me right here. Let me just...
A one-way ticket to oblivion.
I don't think it was Mariko Namba,
Thanks,
was it?
Dan.
Let me...
Now, I'm not actually going to kill you, I'm just going to send you forward in time. That counts as oblivion.
I love how the dollars just popped out.
Sonic the Hedgehog, original soundtrack. Mephilus.
And
Oh, here we go.
okay.
It was Hideaki Kobayashi, Webs,
So,
aka a veteran of Sonic cutscene music.
Okay.
Yes, Jehovah.
So, this is pretty stupid. Mephilus sent them in the future. By the way, this is the same time that Mephilus himself was going to go to convince Silver and Blaze that Sonic is evil, as you remember singing Sonic's story. Which means Mephilus just sent them to the future.
Hold
and
on,
what's even
Jova.
worse is that we're going
Hold
to
on,
get a
Jova.
later cutscene with him. Let me finish.
And now
We're gonna
black
get
and
a
white
later
for some
cutscene.
reason.
Who is he?
Excuse me, did someone fuck up in the coloring of the cutscene? Why the fuck did this cutscene go
Hey,
black and
guys,
white
guys.
there?
The reason
not
for that
gonna
is
say-
apparently to give a sense of foreboding.
Oh, hold on. I think it's this cut.
I typed in the composer's name and I got it right. No spelling check or anything.
That's nice, Drebs.
No, that's not possible.
You're acting somehow got
Yeah, you wanted to
I
do
didn't know
that
that was
again, or like,
I didn't know that was. I didn't know that was possible.
Lady, pick a different line of work, please, for my sake.
Well, Pedro, since she hasn't really done anything, at least according to behind the voice actor, since 2009, I guess she did.
You know, I know that I'm about to sound really offensive, but I honestly think, again, keep in mind from my point of view, Rouge's character is probably the most single-handedly detrimental thing that happened to the Sonic franchise to this point.
Because of the whole boobs thing, Jova.
She's
honestly, that's just overblowing it.
She's unnecessarily over-sexualized. Her point in the story is mostly... she kind of has a point in Sonic Heroes, but ever since she got introduced, well, I don't really want to count the anime because, Jesus. But since Sonic Adventure 2, her point was mostly secondary and unnecessary. Then she got accompanied by terrible voice actress until they all changed from 4Kids, and in turn, it's found a lot of terrible things on the internet. considering the fan base did not have enough already. So
That's the internet's
Honestly,
fault.
the terrible things in regards to that go back as far as the comics. So
like
you
no,
say it's
but I mean,
exactly her fault.
compare her, for example, to Blaze. Like even out of the context of this game.
Blaze
Long
is just
time no
freaking
see.
cool.
Anyway,
Whatever. Again, it's my
honest-
point. I mean, it's my external point. So take it
All
for
right,
what you will.
we've already seen this
yeah, I
cutscene,
mean,
so
honestly, really, that is strictly just the internet's fault. In fact, Rouge herself was never really that sexualized. I mean, yeah, she just happens to be sexy, but they never really sexualized her.
yeah, we've already seen this. It's literally the exact same cutscene. You'd think
Need I remind
being
you
literally the
of
exact-
The saxophone.
You'd think it would be like in the Sonic Adventure games where the cutscene plays from Shadow's perspective, but no, it's literally the same cutscene copy-pasted. Before we go, though, that's a fan Jova. If that
What does the
was
saxophone have to do with anything?
saxophone,
It's over in Sonic X.
Oh,
So what?
It's
Get your
a-
minds out of the gutter. A saxophone is
it's
not
a-
automatically a bad thing.
No, but it's. I mean,
don't
to
install
to
the
not-
saxophone near Jova too.
Mine
Sorry,
out of the gutter
sorry.
now to the corner.
Sorry for you, Jova, but to not say that saxophone is not heavily used for erotic purposes, it's like saying that water is not wet.
Tio, every
I'm not
instrument.
making a joke.
Tio, every instrument has been used for erotic
Anyway.
purposes.
Yeah, let's argue another
Before
time
we
about
finish this, though, that's the thing, Jova. Here's the thing: if the intention behind the sudden black and white filter was to cause dread, all it did was be incredibly distracting because you're watching the cutscene and then all of a sudden black and white for no reason. You're like, wait, what? Like, it doesn't...
Will it reflect the inner thoughts of Shadow?
Or
It
as a
was.
flashback.
not to mention, Tail, this is
not a
Sonic the
flashback.
freaking Hedgehog. This is not an independent artsy film. This is not exactly the kind of material to bring your subtle direction artsy stuff. So
Honestly, the black and white thing is harmless to me. I mean, yeah, it's clumsy, but
I'm not
I don't
saying-
Or like
really find it-
unnecessary.
I'm not saying it's a oh my god, worst game ever thing. I'm just saying that it's so distracting and unnecessary and confusing. Anyway,
Fair.
see you for the next part, everybody.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.